Today's morning heart devotion. And to start off, we'd like to offer greetings to our heavenly parents and true parents. 천징 참부님께 경배 바로. And to lead us into the family pledge, I'd like to invite up Reverend Milhan Stevens.
가정 맹세 1. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇族권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조의 상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 신정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 천혜의국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Reverend Milhan. And to open us up in prayer, I'd like to invite up Mrs. Charlotte Kiluba. So Mrs. Kiluba, if you can please unmute and offer your prayer.
Join me in prayer. Good morning, beloved Father. Thank you very much, true parents, for this opportunity. We thank you, Father, for the gift of life. We are so grateful because this morning we know there are many who are under the machine, who can breathe, who don't have this opportunity. We are so grateful for this time and your love for this time. You are teaching us and giving us good orientation every day by using your son, Dr. Yong, who is here in North America to transform our life. We know many years you call us, you choose us, Father, and you gave us values and blessed families, but we didn't really understand your heart. We didn't understand our identity. We didn't understand who we are. But Father, now you are telling us the position of your heart. You are showing us the way and reminding us our responsibility to accomplish your idea. Thank you very much. And meantime, we're praying for our true mother who is now sacrificing herself to show the world that she's the mother and she embraces everyone. Thank you very much. We want to invite your presence now. Father, you can touch our heart again. We know every day you give us new education. Every day you have something new to transform our life. We want to give our heart, our mind, and wake up our conscience to know who we are and give space in our heart to receive again your word this morning. Thank you very much for the presence of everyone who are in this Zoom, on Facebook, on YouTube, and everyone who watched it later. Thank you. And we really say thank you for the heart and the disponibility of Dr. Yong, his heart, his body. Father, we know he sacrificed himself to be your instrument, to be your body, to talk and touch our heart. We really thank you for this precious time. Please be with us. At this time, we want to receive your word again. We offer this prayer in my name and all my brothers and sisters gathering together here. We pray, Aju and Amen.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Kiluba Charlotte, for your beautiful appreciation and very heartfelt prayer. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Young.
네.
Thank you, Mrs. Kaluba, for your opening prayer. And now, brothers and sisters, let us take this time to go into our breakout room so that we can share with each other appreciation and gratitude points. And if you're joining here by yourself, please take this time to reflect on it and write it down. So let us go into our breakouts. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you had a beautiful time sharing your appreciation and gratitude points with one another. And to share with the whole group first, I'd like to invite up Mrs. Osmarina Starr to share. So Mrs. Starr, if you can please unmute and share your appreciation points.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here again. Thank you so much. Well, I thought that Yesu should share because he has really good points, and I think that he should share too. But I was talking to him about how I value the value of a conscience, because that's one thing that I was telling him, that I write a few things, and my theme is when God talks to me. And when I put myself in that mode of listening to God, what he wants to talk to me about, what he wants to tell his children, what he wants to tell you, and everyone. So then it seems like it flows, it comes so clear to me. And I was telling him that sometimes like the feelings that I have is like, I have to go to the dictionary to see which word would express that feeling better. So so I it's amazing like how it comes like this, and I can't stop writing. So it's very, very interesting. But also that the conscience is so clear in our minds, and everything that we do, like the smallest little things, it's like so clear that comes to our minds, like don't put this thing right there, you're going to forget it, or like very small little things. So we can see that guidance of the conscience is so amazing, that really can guide us through the our life path and everything. Even when we're talking to a person, say these or don't say that, you shouldn't say this at this time. So there's so clear, and we can see that comes from God. That it's not coming from ourselves or coming from any other source. So that's very clear. And also was telling him that time is very important, perseverance, because Jesus said, those that persevere until the end will get to the kingdom of heaven. So it's not like until you do a little something here and there. So to me, that is really, really important. And all the lessons that we have in this, in our lives, like our ancestors, like Noah, Abraham, they didn't get any lessons from anybody. They didn't have anybody there to tell them like, oh, this person failed, so now you have to do the right thing. So through those lessons, we can learn so much. We have everything that we need. They didn't have any guidance like we do. We have this guidance here that nobody had before. So we know the failures, we know the victories of them. So we know everything that we need to do. We have the tools that we need, the principle, we have parents, we have the guidance, we have the lessons. So we have no excuse. So I'm very
excuse.
I'm afraid to like, I can't die now. I still have so much to do. So I'm grateful for my life. Thank you.
Wow, your sharing is very much meaningful. You are talking about conscience. Yeah, you are right. Conscience is really so sensitive. That's why we feel that conscience is really great parent, great teacher, great owner. That is our conscience. Thank you so much, beautiful sharing. Awesome. Marina Lucy, 감사합니다.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Starr, for your wonderful sharing. And to share next with the whole community, I'd like to invite up the Lindstrom couple, Joel and Megumi Lindstrom. So if you can please unmute and share.
You go first.
Okay, yeah, we were sharing how grateful we are that our hopes and dreams, our visualization prayers can come true. We're praying for our 3 generations to connect to Heavenly Parent and true parents and be able to fulfill the blessing of 3 generations of living together. Last night we received a phone call from our youngest son, and he's put himself on the matching market, and He wants us to help him find a match. Yeah, what a wonderful news this is. I can't imagine much more. But yeah, anyway, it was wonderful.
Yes, we pray every day with the spouse because this is Dr. Yong told us beginning, and from that day we start every day we imagine visualizing. Yeah, and then yesterday Cleveland we had a Zoom as a brother and sisters, a reflection from last year to new hope for this year. Thank you.
Wow, yes. I think visualizing your dream is really important, you know. Think about it and imagine about it. And then I feel that always our vision, as long as we have God's vision, centering on God's will, always will come true. That's why when you set up the vision, and then you need to think about it, how to accomplish, and you need to think if we really reach it to the, you know, our dream, what will happen. So that comes the beautiful imagination and thinking continue. That is also one of the prayer and 정성. Thank you so much for your beautiful sharing, and Joel and 메구미-상. 메구미가たくさんあったんですね。ありがとうございます。
Thank you so much to the Lindstrom couple for your beautiful sharing. And of course, yes, good luck with the future of your family as they grow. All right. And so, brothers and sisters, now let us open up our hearts and our minds to well receive our internal guidance for this morning, prepared by our Continental Director, Dr. Chunshik Yong. So welcome, Dr. Yong.
안녕하세요. Good morning. Good morning. My dear brothers and sisters, clergy and members of peace, 안녕하십니까? Today, I'd like to talk about our global mission strategy from True Mother's Anthology Book 1. Very important topic about our global mission strategy. Let's invite our Heavenly Honey. Please read. Just a moment. Okay, read.
Our global mission strategy. The Korean church must witness a lot and become a central nation that can send many missionaries around the world. Korea must become the source nation. In light of this, I am greatly interested in COP and the youth movement. Chanokuk is the goal of this age in which we are living. We should become devoted children and patriots that bring forth many Chanokuk citizens. You must save your tribe and liberate humankind. The season of harvest is a good season for witnessing. We are in an era that is different from past eras. We must be innovative when it comes to witnessing methods. And you must start in gratitude and joy. It is a very joyful thing to find one life. Please pray that we can succeed in awakening our young people and reviving the church. When this happens, the whole church will be alive. Whatever I have decided and have told you will surely come true. The problem is you. In this respect, as long as I am on earth, I will directly help you. The same applies to everyone else. We must be victorious while I am on earth. Centering on true parents, we must accomplish the dream of our heavenly parent, the dream of true parents, the dream of humankind. Centering on true parents, we must become global citizens who can move forward to develop and accomplish a new providential history. Please work hard to accomplish your strategic goals.
Thank you, Heavenly Honey. True Mother said the Korean church must witness a lot and become a central nation that can send many missionaries around the world. Korea must become the source nation. In light of this, I am greatly interested in really CAP and then youth movement. True Mother talking about that. And then today, I'd like to talking about the, sending the missionary to the world. This is very important, our true parents' guidance. So let's study our Father's word.
A nation that has sent many missionaries overseas will not perish. A nation that has sent many missionaries overseas will not perish. Spending the money of one's own country for another country is goodness of all goodness. In the future, if many Unification Church members go abroad and struggle as missionaries, fortunes of the world will flock to your country. In order to pass the 12 pearl gates, the hearts of 12 people must match the hearts of 12 nations. Among them, there are also enemies. Therefore, we must do everything during the short period on this earth. In order to restore the world, we must go beyond death and fulfill our missionary duties. The reason we fear death is because you have not accomplished everything you have to do in this world. If you accomplish all your tasks, there is no fear.
Yes. True Father said, a nation that has sent many missionaries overseas will not perish. And I visited, Mormon church in America, and I had a very, very good experience with the Mormon key leaders. I had many kind of the testimony from them, and question and answer. I spent time with them, and then I learned so many things from there. The Mormon church currently has more than 50,000 young people between the age of 18 and 21 who go on global missions as missionaries. If we, the American Unification Movement, create foundation to send 100,000 young missionaries to the world, I think it will surely become the center of the world. In terms of the size of the land, in terms of the population, in terms of the financial stability, I think America is a really chosen nation, also the nation of the Christian. That's why America is really proper nation, sending missionary all over the world, more than Korea, more than Japan, more than any other nation. That's why as long as we help for the sake of the world, as long as we are sending missionary to the world, I am telling you, America as an eldest nation become very much powerful nation, and they can influence entire world. That's why we need to have that kind of vision from now on, my brothers and sisters. So now is the really global era. You look at that, pandemic, about the coronavirus, even though stuff from the China. Can you imagine the spread everywhere, influence everywhere? Now we are really, even externally, we are one family under God. True Father also said that if any country sends a lot of missionaries to the world, global fortune will eventually return to that country. Do you know, in the world, even 10 years ago, which nation is the greatest nation sent missionary whole world? America was number one. But now change. Korea is the number one nation sending missionary whole world. Yeah, in terms of the sending missionary, you look at that, Korea is a really chosen nation. So we really, as an elder son nation now, we really are raising up our second generation, third generation, youth generation. and then really properly educate and send to the world. Even Mormon church can do that. And then, most of the young people, they willingly, happily join to become missionary. Why not? We have a very clear principle. We have God, we have true parents, we have a divine principle, we have a really powerful content, we have everything. Problem is we don't have the clear system. And also we do not create a model and exemplary about the educational process. If we set up, then I think our many second generation and third generation, many young generation will come. I can see great hope in America. We can do that. We can do more than any religion because our religion is the last religion. Now you look at outside religion, really, without exception, really declining so rapidly. So that's why I am really thinking and praying about when our church will send out 100,000 missionaries to the world, centering on second and third generation in the future. I'm really praying about that. This is one of my vision. As long as I have this kind of vision and uniting with the American brothers and sisters, someday our dream, our vision will come true. Now we have to recognize that our stage is not just America, but for the sake of the world. Now is a really global era. Everything connects to the whole world. You cannot insist on your own nation, to restore to the world, we must go beyond the death and do our missionary work. According to True Father, the fastest way to indemnify to sin of our ancestor is to become a world missionary. And I hear very clearly, when Father talked to the Japanese members, Japanese really country is committing so much sin. Even Second World War, all kinds. But Father forgive them and then, accepted, Japan as a mother's nation. And then Father talking about, your country that much really committed sin. And as a Japanese, what's the best way to pay the indemnity? Father said, you need to get out from your country and then become the missionary. This is the fastest way to pay the indemnity. If you just stay in your nation, maybe, it takes like, 70 years or 100 years. It takes time to pay the indemnity for your own ancestors' problem case. However, if you go to, overseas, you can pay indemnity just within few years. That's why he's saying that the best way to pay the indemnity, you leave your country and go to some nation and serving other nation. At least you need to serve minimum 12 nations. There are 12 kinds of character. You need to really overcome how to relate to 12 different kind of the character. And then your character become a round character. At the same time, to become global citizen, to become really citizen of China, minimum you need to serve 12 nations. And then you can become heavenly global citizenship, Father is talking about. And also Father saying that the reason we fear death is because you have not accomplished everything you have to do in this world. If you accomplish all your tasks, there is no fear, my brothers and sisters. No one wants to die unless our spirit body is perfected and on this earth. However, just as the fruit automatically falls when ripe, everyone wants to naturally go to the spiritual world when the spirit body is complete. No fear of death at all. That's why you ask yourself, are you ready to die? Are you going to the spiritual world anytime? You don't have any regret? That means already your spirit reached to certain level already certain level. But I don't want to die. I want to live more longer. That means your spirit saying that your spirit body not yet complete, not yet ripe. That's why you need to stay here or stay on the earth more longer and living for the sake of others through the serving and helping and establishing ideal family. And then your spirit can become complete a spiritual body. That's why our spirit knows very well, I need to die or not. I am ready to go to spiritual or not. But you are still fear means you are not yet, completed your spiritual body. Father really guiding us a really important thing. That's why best way is what? Go out and then become missionary and serving the world. Living divine principle. Today is a new chapter, a life of origin, division, union. So I'd like to share, I think, 6 to 7 series based on this content. So let's study from the EDP content first.
The process of God's creation begins when the dual characteristics within God form a common base through the prompting of his universal prime energy. As they engage in give and take action, they generate a force which engenders multiplication. This force projects the dual characteristics into discrete, substantial object partners, each relating to God as its center. These object partners to God then assume the position of subject partner and object partner to each other, as they are prompted by the universal prime energy to form a common base and engage in give and take action. Then they join together in one harmonious union to form a new object partner to God. This whole process, in which out of God, the origin, two entities are separately manifested and reunited in oneness, is called origin, division, union, action.
Yes. Today, let's learn, the origin, division, union, action. And based on this content, we can share later on the 4-position foundation. So today, I'd like to talk about the origin, division, union, action. Especially, I want to focus on the origin. What is the meaning of the origin from origin, division, union? Origin means God. Origin means the will of God. Origin means the purpose of creation centered on God. Origin means God's 심정, love, and ideal. Origin means absolute standard and value centered on God. Through Father's word, all existence can be measured from the position of origin. My dear brothers and sisters, what is really important in our life of course, and then life course and our life of faith is that we should consider the origin the most precious. The origin of a man is whom? The origin of a man is God. Therefore, nothing can be thought of without God, our origin. Where do we come from? Where is the origin of our life and lineage and love? That is God's absolute sex. Therefore, absolute sex is our hometown and source. It is a start. It is our origin. Therefore, we must love and serve our origin more than anything else. So how should we serve our origin? Jesus said very clearly, love the Lord, your origin, who is God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. How do we love our origin? Because origin is really fundamental things. This is the most important thing. That's why we need to serve our origin more than anything else. What's the attitude? when we love our origin. Jesus said very clearly, love the Lord your origin, who is God, with all your heart, with all your mind, and with all your mind. That means you prepare to die. Prepare to die. You need to give everything 100%, 120%. If you invest 100%, 120%, nothing left, that means you are still alive. That means you are still not yet invest 100%, 120%. Investing 100%, 120% means already you gave your life, even giving your life. Then much we need to love our origin. This is how much important it is. Who is our origin? In the home. They are our parents. Therefore, we should serve and attend our parents as God and cherish them and at all times. Even though they are fallen parents, I came from there. My origin is my father and mother. You know, God is our human being's origin. That's why anyone respect origin and serve origin and attend origin, I am telling you, you never perish. That's why true mother on and on emphasize the filial piety. What's the best way to love origin and serving origin and then attending origin? That is filial piety, my brothers and sisters. Therefore, vertically, we need to love our origin, our heavenly parents. And then we need to have substantial, God on the earth, who are our true parents. They are our origin. We need to really love them and serve them. It is Satan who ignores origin. I don't care my father and mother. I don't care God. I don't care senior. I don't care my, origin. This is really, really Satan. It is Satan who ignores his parents and does not fulfill his filial piety. If anyone ignores the origin and lives, it becomes indulgence and flows horizontally, my brothers and sisters. Living, ignoring the origin is called indulgence. It was a fall that ignored the origin. Human fall immediately if anyone ignored the origin. Heavenly parents are our eternal and vertical origins. Our true parents are eternal and horizontal origins. My father and mother, they are my physical origins. That's why those who ignore the origin, I am telling you, for you, no future. No future. To attend and serving the origin was the most important attitude. That is a filial heart, 효정, filial piety. That's why when we're talking about origin, division, and union, the most fundamental point is what? Origin. Origin. If you ignore origin, how can you make division? How to make the union? What are you talking about? Subject, partner, and object, how to unite together? Centering on origin. How to make union? Centering on origin. You need to love your husband, centering on origin. You need to love your wife, centering on origin. You need to love your children, centering on origin. Everything centering on origin. If you ignore origin, where you can find your identity. It is really incredible to the parents' guidance about. The center of all existence is origin. The center of humans, the center of the universe were created centered on origin. And And the subject and object of all creation centered on origin, and the center of give and take action is also origin. Consequently, I must live and check whether I live a life of give and take action centered on origin or not. That's why our life of faith always need to check. I am living centering on origin or not. Origin or not. I am a resultant being. I am not origin. That's why always need to think. I came from origin. As long as I came from origin, I need to think about how to relate to origin. If you go different direction and create another direction, then nothing deal with origin. That's why to divide, to make the division centering on origin. How much important? We Korean people say origin is like a Yong, not heart. Korean another meaning of heart is Yong, really a right position. Original position is a Yong. So then more study. Okay, Heavenly Honey, please read.
All existence is centered on origin, original principle, rules. The sun, moon, and stars each have origin, Yong. Because they abide by origin, Yong, we can believe the universe and go on living. What would happen if the sun lost origin, Yong, the moon lost origin, Yong, and the stars lost origin, Yong? All the things in this world would lose origin, Yong, from that day on. It means the destruction of the universe. Therefore, people's bodies contain origin, Yong. In between the eyes, the nose, mouth, and belly button must become vertical. All the features have an original position. All parts of the human body have their own origin, Yong. The blood flowing in the blood vessel has its origin, Yong. The red and white blood cells have their origin, Yong. If any part of the human body loses its origin, it's Yong, the whole body loses its righteous path. It means death. What does it mean to die? It means all the limbs and body parts which make up the body has lost origin, Yong.
Okay, no need to say Yong, just original.
Okay. Right. Origin exists even in the everyday aspect. If you look at the words on a model lifestyle on page 646 in Hun-gyo-gyang, no one can know Yong exists in daily life. One can know Yong exists in daily life. There is origin in eating. It means you can't just eat anywhere. Many people ignore the hour and time carrying food around and eating, but that is not good for health. There is origin for wearing clothes. One must dress upright. Even when tying a necktie, it must be centered on origin. There is also origin in wearing shoes. If you look at the shoe's sole, both sides have to be equally leveled for a person to walk normally. There is also origin in sitting. One must sit upright. When sitting upright, the back has to be vertical in order to sit for a long time. There is origin in learning too. Where there is spiritual knowledge and physical knowledge, the former always has to come before the latter to go the right way. Otherwise, the equilibrium is broken. However, recently, a lot of people's physical knowledge comes before spiritual knowledge. Therefore, the equilibrium breaks. There is origin in both family and social life. There is origin between parents and children, spouses and siblings. The completed testament age is the age where everything pursues origin. When God created human beings, he made an instrument to measure origin within us in order to live centered on origin. This instrument is the conscience. The conscience is the instrument that can measure origin. Therefore, if you don't live righteously, you receive the pangs of conscience.
Okay. Then based on that, let's study Father's word directly.
The path centered on origin, drawing the right way, is fast and comfortable. What is the most comfortable thing? Living righteously is most comfortable. It's comfortable because it is right. Therefore, because the right thing is easy and good, when I say do it and you do it, you will understand and say, ah, so that's how it is. Why must we go the righteous path? Because it is the quickest. If you go like this, you will have a detour. If you go around and back, you will only turn more unable to reach your destination. Therefore, the quickest way is to go the righteous path. We arrive at this conclusion theoretically. My character has to be upright. I have to live righteous, and I have to love righteously. That is all. There is nothing more. That is all in life. Do you understand?
The Father said, what's the most comfortable thing? Living righteously is most comfortable. It's most comfortable because it is right, and it is the quickest way. What this mean? That is the road centered on origin is the most comfortable and fastest. So don't compromise to go the easy way. Or rather, the road may be further and maybe the slowest. Therefore, it is the most comfortable and fastest way to go based on the origin and principle. If the road I am on is not the origin, I will have to pay an indemnity and come back again. There are many hardships and sacrifices that do not follow the path of the origin. This is really incredible guidance. Okay, continue.
If you stand in the position of origin, the mind and body are comfortable. Living righteously is also comfortable. How restless and agonizing will it be to live while committing crimes? Therefore, the principle says there is no freedom outside of the principle. The Bible also says, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. The righteous path is the shortcut to completion. There is only one path. The path to a physical spot can be walked around, but the path to the original world cannot be walked around. If you walk another path, it is all headed the opposite direction and must be restored. Therefore, the quickest path is to go straight.
Thank you. If you stand in the position of the origin, which is Yong, what will be the result? If you stand in the position of the origin, then my mind is at ease and my body is also at ease. And if you stand in the position of the origin, my heart is always free. Therefore, principles say that there is no freedom outside of the principle. The Bible also says that where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. That's why as long as we go a right way, principle way, okay, then everything is easier and everything is very much comfortable. That's why we need to live centering on origin, centering on God, centering on principle, centering on God's heart, centering on God's love, If we stand in the position of origin, then I can take a shortcut because it leads directly to the path of the perfection. So it looks like the way of origin is very much challenging, not easy. You need to overcome so many things. That's why people start to compromising, go here and there, looking for easy way, However, Father said, if you stand in the position of origin. I can take a shortcut because it leads directly to the path of the perfection. That's why Father never ever compromise. He always go, God's will, centering on origin, never compromise. Even when he went to the North Korea and then talked to in front of Kim Il Sung, in front of a communist leader, talk to them. Communism need to recognize God. You need to accept God. Communism is wrong. Wow, this is really challenging. Really, really challenging. He never compromised anywhere. That's why his way always difficult, many challenging, many trial, many persecution, many hardships. But Father said, even though very difficult, but this is the fastest way. This is the direct way. This is the most comfortable way. Wow, Father, really amazing, right? So if you stand in the position of origin, okay, this is the best way to reach to perfection. And also Father saying that there is only one way to origin. There is not two way, only one way. That's why Bible say to enter kingdom of heaven is what? Very, very narrow. But those who go to the hell, they try to find more wide way. Drinking, smoking, all kind of chapter 2. They are living centering on their own physical desires. But in order to enter the kingdom of heaven, in order to go to God's will, everything you need to give up. You need to deny everything. There's no other way. There's only one way to go. And also, Father said, the road of origin is a way to find the original one. So you cannot go back, right? The road of origin is only one way to find the original one, no other way. My brothers and sisters, I really love the principle, origin, division, and union. We need to understand. I think I will share more about the detail tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. If we through the few days, very interesting Father's guidance. Now, how to apply the principle of the origin, division, and union in our daily life. Very, very powerful guidance. Today, I don't have much time to share today's youth ministry. I will share tomorrow. Today, I'm going to finish here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yong, for such a mind-opening, eye-opening guidance that you've given us today, especially with the principle of the origin, division, union, action. And we see that everywhere, but now we're able to clearly see more and more, and we're very excited to see what you have to offer for the next coming days. So thank you very much, Dr. Yong. And now, brothers and sisters, so we want to take this time to go into our breakout so that we can share any insights and takeaways we have from Dr. Yong's message. And if you're joining here by yourself, please take this time to reflect deeply and write your reflections down. So let us go into our breakout. And welcome back, brothers and sisters. I hope you had a wonderful time sharing your insights and takeaways with one another in your breakouts. And now to share with the whole community first, I'd like to invite up Mr. Tokuno. So Mr. Tokuno, if you can please unmute and share.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to share. Thank you, Dr. Yong, for giving us every day the
Thank
power.
you. Thank you. 감사합니다. You are America Tokuno, not from Japan, a former chairman of the Family Federation in Japan, Tokuno. American Tokuno. Thank you.
Well, I shared this morning was serving America, not serving the world, serving America is a great opportunity. And as well as I had a chance to visit many different states. My kids was born in, first one was born in Oklahoma, and second one boy was born in Houston, Texas, and third one was born in Long Island, New York.
Yeah, bye.
And then moved to New Jersey. Now I am here in New Hampshire.
Yeah,
It's so, each state has so different.
yeah,
Yes, and so experience of a different world, different state is a great training for me.
yeah,
And yes, true Father gave us this opportunity to serving the people. It was
yeah.
really great. But thing
Yeah.
is, always Dr. Yong says, origin, center, lifeline. This is a really every day is learning and challenging to keep center. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you, our American Tokuno-san. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tokuno, for sharing your wonderful adventure and your takeaways from Dr. Young's message. And to share next, I'd like to call on Mrs. Keiko King. So Mrs. King, if you can please unmute and share.
Good morning, Dr. Young and brothers and sisters.
Oh, yeah, Queen, Keiko Queen, thank you.
Thank you. Today's my the reflection is the Dr. De Young's vision, 100,000 missionary. You want to send to the world. So I really, the one of my children really wants to have such a the mind of the going out for the world. Everybody focusing on their study and their own things, but I really wish one of my children have the going out for the world and serve the world. I don't wanna say the impossible, but like Dr. Yong, I want to visualize for that one. And also for the so much deep extension of the talking about the origin, division, union, the lecture. Really very important. We are very rooted deeply from origin in heavenly parent, and that is the deep fusion our true mother always showing. I'm very grateful for that.
Wow, thank you, Keiko Queen. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yong.
네.
Thank you so much, Keiko-san, for sharing. And yes, brothers and sisters, thank you very much for really opening up your heart and sharing with each other your insights and takeaways. And let us not forget that this message isn't only meant to be kept with us, but it's meant to share with the whole world. We ourselves can be little missionaries in our own neighborhood. And so we can share Dr. Yong's message through Zoom, Facebook, or even YouTube links so that more and more brothers and sisters will be able to join Morning Heart Devotion. And also, if you can turn your attention towards the chat now, we will be posting up the link for the donation page. So if you can be able to click on that and be able to make a donation from your heart, then it'd be very much appreciated to make sure that this ministry of Morning Heart Devotion continues on strong. All right, so brothers and sisters, as we are wrapping up now, we would like to receive a musical offering. And to give us this offering today will be the Huemer couple, Reverend Sebastian and Meredith Huemer. So if you can please unmute and share.
안녕하십니까, Dr. Young.
Oh, hello, Sebastian. Wow, and with your wife, this is really beautiful, unexpected. Wow, thank you.
Two mothers sent her special emissary. Sorry, we are sitting down. Normally, you should stand up singing, especially this particular song that we're going to sing. And I thought you'll talk about the missionaries, and Korea has the most missionaries in the world now. My wife is going to introduce what we're going to do.
So we'd like to visualize the day when all the people from North and South Korea can sing this song together.
And please join us if you know that song, which you probably do. 동해 올과 백두산이 마르고 닿도록 하나님이 보호하사 우리나라 만세 모금과 삼천리 화려한 산 대한 사람 대하루로 길이 벗어나세 until the eastern sea runs dry, the white top mountain fall. God will guide and shield our country for 10,000 years. Rose of Sharon, blooming in the beauty of our land, tended by her own sons and daughters for eternity. 정계물과 백두산이 마르고 닿도록 하나님이 보호하사 우리나라 만세
모금하 삼천리 화려한 산 대한 사람 대한으로
길이
벗어날세. Wow, 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 what a beautiful song. This is Korean national anthem, but you sing a song in English, so it is really moving, really touching. Normally, when we sing a Korean national anthem, is really, of course, we are really very much happy to sing a song, but sing a song by foreigner, our brothers and sisters, it is really more touching, really beautiful. I really, even tears come down. Thank you so much, Sebastian, for your couple, this beautiful offering song. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Weimer couple. It's not every day that we get to hear a trio on morning devotion, but we were able to have that today. So thank you so much, Reverend Weimer and Mrs. Weimer and Dr. Yong. So brothers and sisters, before we close out in prayer, I just wanted to make the announcement that from the chat, we recognize that Mr. Jim Anderson has passed on to the spirit world just last night. So let us keep him in our prayers. And of course, all our brothers and sisters who are in need of health, good health, let us continue to pray for them and support one another. So to close us out in prayer through this morning heart devotion experience, I'd like to invite up the Secretary General of Subregion 3, Mrs. Shizuka Paling.
Morning, everyone. Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parent, and our beloved true parents, thank you so much for this beautiful morning here with our brothers and sisters. And we're just always so grateful. We're grateful for Dr. Yong and his leadership and his heart. Dr. Yong and his leadership, and for always trying to educate us on how to understand the deeper meaning and the deeper heart behind the divine principle and behind this deep content. And even today we're talking about the four position foundation, and just on the origin there was many points, the deeper meaning and the heart behind God and the intention. And we're just always so grateful to be able to break it down and to understand it in a deeper level, and to do it together as brothers and sisters. We know that our true mother is really counting on all of us to be able to understand this deeper movement, this deeper heart, and to be able to change as many people and to educate as many people as we can, because this world is in need of a lot more change. So we want to continue learning and growing, and we're just once again so grateful, and we just really pray for all of our brothers and sisters and their families and their health, and that we can continue to have a great week. So thank you so much, and I pray this prayer name, Francesca Paling, bless your family. Aju.
Aju. Wow, thank you, Shizuka Paling, with your child. It is so beautiful. And mother and son and attending morning devotion together. Thank you. Your entire family is a really exemplary family. David and Chris and all your entire family really loving God and show the model case. I'm really proud of your family. Thank you, our beloved Shizuka Paling. God bless your family. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shizuka, for your closing prayer. And brothers and sisters, thank you all for really joining today and making this Morning Heart Devotion experience wonderful. And of course, Dr. Yong, we very much love you. And thank you so much for all the heart and preparation you put into for the internal guidances. And with that, brothers and sisters, we wish you all a happy, healthy, and victorious day today. We'll see each other tomorrow.
Thank you. And then could you send the Jim Anderson's photo to me? I need to print out his photo and pray for him. My dear brothers and sisters, please take care of your health well. We need to do so many things. We have no time to go to spiritual world. I do not allow you to go to spiritual world. We need to do so many things. You need to get permission to go to the spiritual world from now on. I am your central figure, okay? You need to get permission from me. I do not allow you to change your mission from earthly world to spiritual world. You need to do something here. You need to ask God, I need to do something. I need to complete something like that. Thank you very much. God bless you. 감사합니다.
God bless you, Dr.
Thank you.